We're here at GDLX 2024 with Stuart from GDL itself. What is GDL about for people who don't know?
GDL is a community of game developers, and we create a whole bunch of events, something like 52, 55 events throughout the year, all focused around supporting indie developers.
And indie games has never really been bigger, has it? It's growing all the time, popularity is growing. Have you seen an equal amount of growth in the interest in GDL?
Yeah, especially right now. We've had a lot of layoffs in the industry and it's felt a lot like everything's on fire. But there's a lot of really talented people who now are starting out on their own, basically, and starting up their own studios. So now is like really, it couldn't be more of an important time to support these people through that journey.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen a lot of people online on all social media saying, I was laid off, and then within a few months they're saying, I'm just doing my dream project now, so it's great. I save some money and I'm going to do it. Yeah. So you need a support network around you. It can get quite lonely for solo developers as well. Sure. It's easy to get sort of stuck, in your own bubble, and having a network can be a really good thing. So what made you start this? Was it something like that, just trying to connect people?
Well, initially, it was a couple of things really. So initially there was me and two other people who started we were Game Dev London, we're now Game Dev Local. Yeah. My two co-founders, Adam and Jade. Jade had been running a meetup event. Mm-hmm. And then when I joined, we talked about doing like more events. And so we started doing more events, and then we built like a Discord. The community grew in the Discord. Yeah. Created some more events, created a podcast, and it's just kind of snowballed a bit from there. To where we are today.
So today's event, there's quite a lot to it. It's not just the developers on the floor showcasing games. You've also got a whole roster of talks, haven't you, quite across a lot of subjects.
Yeah, this year we've actually got more talks than we've ever done before. We've got two separate stages, a fireside stage. Fireside tends to be like a really popular format, and so we decided to create an entire, dedicate a whole stage for it. And then we have the careers stage for people who want to learn a bit more about like how they can either get into the industry, or if they're looking to change jobs, like what they might be able to do and what other options are out there for them.
We've chatted a little bit already about what GDL is and what you do. Essentially, it's a community more than anything else, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a community of indie developers. We have people from all different levels of experience and background. Some are kind of working for big AAA studios. Some are running their own studios in much smaller scale. Some are students just starting out. So there's a whole mixed bag of different types of people. So yeah.
And I've just recently gone onto the Discord. I noticed that most people think of a Discord as a few threads. It is massive. There's an enormous amount of stuff on there to help you out in a lot of different ways. Can you run through some of that so people get a preview?
Yeah, I guess, even I it goes over my head, some of it as well. There's so many different channels and so many different things we can access. I guess the real big thing is we're trying to help people make better games and help people make connections. That's kind of the core mission of what we do. And we do that in a number of different ways. So like we run almost an event every single week. They're kind of like networking events, both online or in person. We've got our Discord, which you've mentioned. There's loads of great ways to kind of get feedback if you're an artist, if you're a programmer, to kind of work through and problem solve with some people that are kind of doing the same, working in the same field as you. We've got a podcast, so if you kind of want to learn from other people in the industry, have been doing things maybe in a different way or for a bit longer. And there's our website, which kind of tells you a bit about everything that we do. It's definitely a good place to check out, just because I think a lot of the time making games can be quite like an isolating experience, and maybe you don't always get to network or meet people in your field. So that's what it's all about, really.
I was just saying that just now, that especially with so many more people doing either solo or very, very small team development, it's really easy, especially with the number of jobs you have to do as a solo dev or as a very small team development, to end up just stuck in a room, not talking to anyone else, and occasionally popping demos out there. And things like this are quite important to sort of maintain partly your mental health, I think, and connect with your other human beings, but also to get your game out there and get people playing it. It's really important too.
Absolutely, yeah. I guess in a way, even if you're working not just in small studios, in a medium-sized studio of 30, 40 people, you might be a producer, but you're the only one who works in your field for that studio, for that publisher, and actually you can come here and kind of just meet people that are doing a similar kind of job to you. So I think it is, at the end of the day, these things are about kind of, like you're saying, getting your game out there, getting feedback, If you're looking to become a developer, you just meet other people at different steps of their journey. And I think at the end of the day, whether it's online or offline, these things are always really good to kind of just like bounce ideas off, learn what other people are doing. We're all humans at the end of the day. We work well off social interactions. And, I think the nice thing about our offline events is you can take that as an easier level. So it's not so intense like an in-person event can sometimes be.
And you're already doing, GDL is already doing lots and lots. What more have you got planned for the future? Because you seem to be expanding quite a lot in terms of what you do and events.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite new to the organization, and even, I've been part of the community for a few years and watched it like double in size and then double in size again. So it's getting bigger. I think, networking events is always going to be at the core and the heart of what we do. It's really important. And having these kind of exhibitions where we can kind of show off games is really important to us. But I think as we grow, we're looking for what comes next in terms of like, how can we help the community meet with people that are important, the important stakeholders in the industry. I'm talking about like the likes of Xbox and PlayStation, Valve, meeting with those big platform holders, meeting with publishers, because a lot of the games that come through our community, they are, smaller independent projects, and they want to, in the long run, get signed. So meeting with publishers, meeting with other industry people. So it's really how we can scale that up and run more events. There's a few different things in the pipeline, but definitely keep an eye out, because if you're either making a game or you're an individual person who just wants to skill up a bit in game design, there'll be lots of different, workshops and experiences and different things coming down the line in terms of that, really. So,
we're looking at creating 2, what we're calling membership pathways, because we do a lot of things throughout the year, but like, if you join like the community at any point, you could be like, I'll go do this thing that they do. Or I'll go attend this talk or this workshop or whatever. So we're trying to streamline it so we can be like, if you're at this point in your career, here's where you want to start and here's all the things you can attend this year. And then we're doing more to support indie developers directly. So if you want to start your own studio, we're creating more workshops and tailored networking opportunities. We're building that now, basically.
And what is the best place for someone to get started with looking at GDL and what you do? Is it the Discord? Or?
If you want to find us, you can go to gamedevlocal.com and you can easily find links to join the Discord,